Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today guys we're going to be doing our hard check Titanic build. So we are going to do issue 121 of Build the Ship the Legend, the Titanic of course. Now, quite a lot going on in this issue. We have got some work to do for the aft of the Titanic, and then we've also got some work to do with the wiring as well today. So this could take a while. Now, the first bit I'm going to do, I can do the desperate easy, but then what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to stop the recording, set up all the cameras, because we do need to bring the decks down to sort out the wiring. So I will be able to do it. So I'll have to stop and then obviously restart it once we sort out all that. But that's about normal at the moment on this channel because the builds are humongous. They're not the little tiny things that they used to be. So this should be fun. But I'm looking forward to this one today because I always do like a good issue when we've got plenty to do. And it does look like we've got plenty to do in this issue. So let's get started today. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay guys, issue 121 is docking bridge and aft mast. So here we have our docking bridge. Now we did get some decking in this to do. Now I've already gone ahead and done that. I stuck this down with wood glue like the other pieces, and also I've just put a very light coating of linseed oil on top. But what we have got to do with this, we've got to put some details on it. Now the first thing is we need to construct the wheel for this. Now this isn't like before. Double checking the shape of that. We kind of had a pin, but this one is just simply glued onto it like that. I don't know if I like that idea, but there's no real other way of doing it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and use some reverse tweezers I have. So I'm going to try and hold this in reverse tweezers. Okay. And then I'm going to try and glue that bit on. So let's get some glue out. This isn't the easiest thing to do, but after all the small work I have done on the Lancaster, I'm sure this is doable. Okay, so I'm just going to get my normal tweezers. What I'm going to do is just dip the end in the glue. And then just place that end on. So I'm kind of using the reverse tweezers like a vice. Now I just want to hold that on until the glue takes. Just being very, very careful. It just takes a while for the glue to take hold. Okay, that's on. As you can see there, it's not really focusing this, but there we go. That is on. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes for that to dry because I want that dried properly. So back in a few moments.
A few moments later.
Okay, so that's now had plenty of time to dry. I can release that from my tweezers. Now this is actually going to be going in to the centre hole just on here. So we need to get some glue. Okay. Now I am using my magnifiers for this just to get a decent grip, and I can also, well, using my tweezers to get a decent grip, using my magnifier so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so that went in pretty easily. Yeah, I'm happy with how that's gone in. Okay, so we've got a couple of more things to put on. We have the, I'm going to put on this bit next, which I believe they are calling it the compass. Bit of glue in there. And push that into place. Okay, we've got another piece going just behind the wheel, or to the aft of it. And this is actually the telephone, so that the people on the docking bridge could actually talk to the bridge. There's always one that doesn't want to go in. Going to check to make sure I've got no residual glue in there. I think I have. It's the only problem when you're using wood glue for these decks is some of the glue can get into the holes. I found that throughout this build. I'm just gonna double check that again, see if that will go in. Yes, it will. So I'm just gonna dip the end this time in the glue, and then place that on. The next thing we've got is we've got two telegraph poles. These obviously would tell the engines what to do. And again, these are going to be going in either side. I can just see a tiny bit of over glue just in this. Which I'll just get out with my scalpel. There we go, that's out. Again, I'm just going to dip the ends of these in the glue. Okay, might need a bit of better tweezer to get that one in. Just something I can use a bit of strength to push that in. You want to be careful because you don't want these pinging off and never finding them again. Okay, so that's one in there, and I'll get the final one on the other side. Okay, so they are all in. Now I can put a bit of glue at the bottom of these just to keep them in a bit more. I don't think the docking bridge on the Titanic was ever used. So I might have to have a look into that and find out if that was ever used. Okay, so there we have our detail on our docking bridge. Fantastic. Okay, so next is the bit where I need to change all the cameras around because we're going to be working on the electrics. So I'm going to stop recording, set up all the cameras, and I'll come right back. So back in a sec.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so here we have our boat deck. So the first thing it's asking us to do is to remove this cable here from J3. There we go. That's that cable moved from J3. Now they are saying that is cable 52A. Okay. So once that's done, we can remove our boat deck. So I'm just going to move this to one side. Because the next deck we need is the promenade deck. So here is our promenade deck. Just see the bottom of it here. Right, so we need to fit the aft mast. Now this is metal, which is great, and this is just going to fit in to there, just like so. And then we need to screw that down from underneath with an IM screw. Now these are big flanged screws, but we are going into metal, so I'm going to grab a bit of oil, make life easier. So just try and put this on its side. And screw this in. Right. I can feel the hole, but it's just not catching it. So it's got it, grabbed it. Okay, so that is our aft mast in place. Right, so with that in place, staying with the promenade deck, it wants the cable we've just taken out, so that 52A cable, and it wants us to put it, so it wants one end going in Gotta be careful, nice masses on. So one end going into here. That's marked J1. And then pass this wire up through this hole here. Okay. Right, so with that pass through there, it then wants us to test the lights again. Okay. So I've got our little test board here. If I just bring this a little bit more in, and just try and bring the camera, there we go, a little bit more out. We've got our test board here. Now we did get a cable in this issue, which has got a male and female connector on it. So we want to plug the new cable into our test board, and then the wire coming off over here, it wants us to connect up. Okay, we have lighting. Fantastic. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we'll disconnect that. Now, as far as I'm aware, we're actually disconnecting this cable, but we're keeping this on here. That's fine. Next, what we've got to do is we've been given some adhesive pads, and what only I can think of is we're going to do some wire tidy. So I'll start from this end. There we go. Right, so it wants one just up here. We've been given these sticky pads just up there. Then the next one is this wire here. Now it wants this to come up like there. And put a sticky pad. And then another one just down here. Okay. So I'm happy with that so far. The next one, it wants, I'm just going to have to move the camera again, is this wire here, and it wants this one. This is already a tight wire, come on. Okay. More or less just like that. Okay. And then finally, we just come over here. It wants one, this one coming off here, going up, and it wants it securing just there. Okay, so that is all the wires for that. Right. Now it wants us to put this to one side. Okay. Because we want the bridge deck next. Okay, so here is our bridge deck. Now, which way they got this going round? They got it balancing this way. Okay, it's asking us to test. Oh, okay, so it wants us to first put some more of these sticky pads for wire tidy. Okay, so first of all, it wants one of these just on there. Yep. Then another just above this hole just here. The next one is going near the aft staircase, so just here. Okay, and then the last one is going to go, we need to move this wire up here and it's just going to go above this terminal here. There we go. And that is our wire tidy. Now it's asking us to test the lights again on here, so that can be done pretty easily. I've got the test board out. That's if this doesn't move all the way all over the place while you're doing this. Okay, so all the lights are working. And that's it. So that is completed work. It says the photograph shows the boat deck, promenade deck and bridge deck with the lighting operation checked and the aft mast in place. The navigational equipment has been fitted to the docking bridge. Store the unused screws and adhesive strips carefully. They will be used in the next issue. There we go, guys. That is our decks done. I'm pretty chuffed with that one actually. Really pleased how they've come out. So yeah, nice chunky issue to do, which we always love. And I do know in the next issue we are going to be putting the decks together, so that is going to be extremely interesting how we do that. But that is issue 121 complete. Well guys, that is it for the Titanic. That was a nice chunky issue. Not too bad on the decks at the end, with trying to get that wiring sorted and stuff. I don't know why we're removing a wire just to put, I don't know. I think it'll all come together in the end, guys. That's all I can say. Because I mean, the parts for the next issue, there isn't a lot of them, but yet we are doing quite a bit. So, and that's just with what we've got with the decks. So that one should be a really interesting issue. But please, everything's still working. It's always nice to check the electrics just to make sure that they are still working since the last time you checked them. Anyway guys, if you like this video, please could you give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.